Hey guys, so I am using the green tea watery cream. It's by Tony Moly, and I'm literally just gonna use a pearl size on my finger and dab it all over my face. I'm gonna kind of rub it in circular motions and then start to pat it in gently for absorption. And you apply this to clean skin, so yes, I did wash my face before this. So now I'm going to go with my Revolution Pro Base. It's a primer that I use under my makeup, and I've never tried it before, and it kind of has like a glittery specks of I don't know what, but it really helps spread easily on the face and dewy, and it really does last all day. I love it, so I highly recommend this as well. And then here now we are going to go in with our L'Oreal. It's in dark brown and it's more of a pencil. I just go ahead and use the spoolie side to brush my eyebrows upward, because we kind of want that natural base so that when we do end up going underneath the eyebrows, we can fill in all the sparse areas. So now with this, I am going to use the dark brown pomade and my angle eyebrow brush. I have no specific numbers on this one because I don't even remember how I got it, but I did. So I'm just going to take a little dab in there and just zoom in a little bit. I'm going to start on the underbelly of my eyebrow and kind of define its shape. And instead of going with a more natural look, I'm going to kind of define my brow more, but obviously go with the natural shape of my eyebrow. I very sparsely do the front of my brows and really try to define more of the back of my brows to kind of give it that more natural look as far as making it kind of defined. So ever so lightly towards the front, you can see how I barely touch the front. And I know it's very hard to kind of keep each eyebrow the same, so bear with me, but I'm really trying to make them even. So now I'm going to go in with my True Match concealer. I use this one to highlight under my brows to kind of define that. I dab just a little on the back of my hand so I don't use too much product. And then I'm just going to go ahead and line underneath just to kind of clean up any edges and sharpen them up just a little bit more. And I do kind of use my finger to blend out the ends so that they're not so harsh as well. Kind of do what the brush can't. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing to my other brow. And notice how I only do the under parts of my brow, because later I go in with my actual foundation and top the top of my brow. Just blend that one out real quick. So like I said, I do with my foundation that I use all over my face to kind of give it more of a natural look instead of using that light color on top of my brows, because when you do take pictures, it does kind of show, especially when you do flash, where you highlighted with your concealer, and this kind of just gives it that more natural blended look where you don't see that at all. So that is kind of a trick I learned through watching makeup tutorials, and it has really worked for me, so I highly recommend it. And it gives you the same effect as a concealer. And then I just comb it through to kind of blend it all out. Now that my eyebrows are done, I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay primer. It's going to set my eyeshadows really well without creasing, and before I had no idea what this did, but now I'm so happy because I live in Arizona, and when you don't use that, it creases and you sweat and it's a bad thing. So now I'm going to go in with my heat palette and use Sauced to kind of give it that transition color just in the crease, and I'm just going to try to blend it out towards the eyebrow, but not too much, so that I can still have that highlighted brow bone, which I will touch up later. Just try to go in circular motions to kind of blend it out more. And then right in that crease, I'm going to use a little bit of a darker shade of brown, and it's called Low Blow. So now you can see my little setup right there. Now you guys know my secrets. But yes, that Low Blow is the one that's in the crease right in there. And now I'm going to use Heat Devil to kind of go into the crease a little bit more to give it more definition and depth. So I'm just going to really work it in the corners there, and bear with me, girl, because I am still really trying to work on my blending, because blending is key for eyeshadow. So I'm just going to kind of set it in its place there and kind of spread it out as much as I can, and then I'm going to go in with a different brush and kind of blend them all together. And another tip and trick, I know it's like all white right now, the lighting's all off, but using circular motions when you do your eyeshadow will definitely give you your best results, because it's going to really kind of blend everything better just a little bit more, and using back and forth motions as well. So I'm really going to try to blend out those corners, because that's where I did put a lot of the other eyeshadows to kind of create that depth, but I don't want to get too close to that inner corner because I want to still keep that color there without fading it out too much, but I really do want the top towards my brows to be more faded. So now I'm still going in with this angle brush, and I'm going to finally go in with En Fuego, and that is a darker shade of purple. It's like a purpley red. It's a warmer tone, so I'm gonna just really pop that in the corner and give it even more of its depth, and that is really going to give it that definition. And with this, like I said, you're gonna go in and just really try to get in that crease. And when you do blend this one out, like I said, you're only going to try to blend out the outermost edges. And as you see in the middle, I'm kind of fading it out into the center of my eyelid to kind of blend that more, but then I'm going to really blend out the edges to make them look like less harsh lines. And then finally, I'm going to go in with Once. I don't know, honestly, forgive me for my pronunciation, but I'm going to go ahead and pop that in the center of my eyelids. I'm going to try to go towards the inner corner of my eyes, towards the center of my eyes, and then I'm going to take that same brush where I was placing those darker shades and kind of fade them in together so that they all kind of blend well. And then I'm taking that Once one more time and popping that right on my eyebrow bone. Heck yes, girl, working it. Alright, so now I'm using Urban Decay mascara, and let me tell you, my eyelashes are already long, but the application of this stuff is just amazing. It's very velvety, creamy, and it goes on really well. Like, you barely need to use any of it for it to come off of the wand itself, so it lasts a lot longer and it comes in a bigger size. So it really helps keep the eyelashes even, and kind of blow it back and forth to really make sure all of them just fan out. And then now I'm going to go in with my Revolution Pro Base Setting Spray, and I kind of just use that to spray and set my eyeshadow and my eyebrows. And then I'm going to use my Beauty Blender brush, and I sprayed my Pro Base, not primer, but my setting spray on my sponge to kind of get it a little damp. And I'm going to go in with my Infallible Pro Glow. It is a L'Oreal, and it is color 206, so it's buff beige, and it really matches my skin tone really, really well, and it kind of gives you that dewy look. But I'm going to go ahead and spread that all over my face, and it will show you the difference between the one side and the other. It does definitely cover a lot, so it has a lot of coverage, which I really do like, which I don't particularly need, but it's always good to have that to kind of set an even tone. So I'm just going to try to get all of the creases, and some people don't like to do the under eyes, but I kind of do just because it kind of gives me more of an even balance, and I like to dab just a little bit of it towards my eyeshadow, so it's not a very defined crease, but it's kind of a faded transition towards my my eyeshadow and my foundation. And then for my concealer, I use my Pro concealer, and I forgot what shade this is, but it has more of a yellow tone, so it's a little bit lighter. But basically you're just going to go ahead and highlight your T-zone, your chin, under your lip, your nose, your forehead. And for me, my forehead isn't too big, so I kind of bring the highlight up a little bit more to kind of create the illusion of a bigger forehead. And then I go ahead and spray it one more time to kind of dampen the Beauty Blender, and I use the flat side of my Beauty Blender, and I just go ahead and blend away. And so my little tip and trick for this also is I kind of blend it all upwards first, and then I go in towards my actual under eye so that more of the product stays underneath my eye, so I can kind of highlight that as well. So I kind of go up and then blend the inner corner of my eyes a little bit more towards the end. My chin and my jawbone. I'm gonna go ahead and do my nose and my forehead. I like to do this before I put on any of my contour because I like to highlight first. Look at that glow, girl. So I use my Airspun, and one of my friends had actually told me about this. Not only does it work well, but it smells amazing, and it makes your face smell so great even after. Yes, it is amazing. So I just kind of use this to kind of set everything and make everything kind of blend together. Everything still stays highlighted and, bronzy in the spots I need it. So now I'm going to take my e.l.f. angle brush. It kind of has like a flat top on it, but I'm going to use my Anastasia contour kit in medium tan, and I'm going to use those two colors that I pointed out and to kind of just use circular motions and go in and define underneath my cheekbone, in between my jawline where I highlighted, and then kind of just do the sides of my nose a little bit, just kind of set its tone in the forehead. Sorry, my nose is like running for some reason, I don't know. So you want to do under your jawline, kind of do the sides of my chin, but not in the middle of it because that's where I want my chin to be highlighted as well. And then I use a darker shade to kind of go in and define those a little bit more. I'm just kind of going back and forth between both of the sides of my face, and really just kind of going in like a 3 circular motions all over, because that seems to work the best for blending. Like I said, it kind of applies with the eyeshadow that I did when you're using in circular motions to kind of blend a little more. And So this is a Revlon Pro Balm highlighter, and it's kind of like, it's super weird. I don't even get it, but I kind of use a wet beauty blender to kind of spread it around, and honestly the application of this is the best. So if you don't try it already, I would try using a damp beauty blender and taking your highlight of any kind. It can be a powder, it can be a cream, it can be a balm, whatever, girl, and just use that to blend it onto your face, and let me tell you, it gives you the most natural glow. So I'm going to go ahead and use the button part of my nose to highlight that, because we all know how we like a cute button nose. Oh, I had a little itch. Okay, and then kind of the bridge in between your eyes and your brows. I'm just going to kind of go over it more. And I use the Cupid's bow area to kind of highlight that as well. Sorry, I look distracted because my boyfriend walked in the room. And then we're just going to put that in the bridge of the nose. So I use this Master Chrome by Face Studio. It is a molten gold and I absolutely love it. It is amazing. And then we're going to go in with the sides of our nose, kind of in that middle part of the nose, because it kind of just gives it that cute button nose look. I'm just going to kind of blend it out. And I use my Anastasia contouring kit to contour my nose. And then last but not least, I'm just going to kind of brush through my brows, because of all the powder that we put on. It kind of puts them out of place. And then I'm going to go in with my True Match blush, and I just kind of use the little brush or whatever brushes I have to kind of just add a little bit of oomph. Kind of warms up the face a little bit, and I just do it on the sides of my nose, and then on top of my nose a little bit to kind of create that sun-kissed look. And then on the forehead a little bit. And then I'm going to use this Vivid Matte. I don't even remember what color shade that is, but it is literally like an orangey red, and I am obsessed with it. It's a very bold look color. So finally, ladies, this is the final result. I absolutely love this look because you can dress it up or you can dress it down, girl. Whatever you want, I swear it's gonna be popping. Oh my god, the highlight. Ooh. So thank you, ladies, for watching, and this is the final look. Please subscribe, and I'll be having more out soon.